What's up, guys? Today I'm just going to be listening through an album and giving you guys a play-by-play on the tracks I like and the parts I like on the album. It's going to be Asking Alexandria's new album, The Black. It's a metalcore band, so you may have heard of them. Probably not the type for most of you, but if you like harder rock music or metalcore specifically, you might like this album, so check it out. I've been listening to Asking Alexandria since they first were a band, and they started becoming very dad rocky and classic rocky because Danny Worsnop thinks he's a classic rock singer for whatever reason. So he eventually went and did his own thing. New vocalist is in, and it's back to the metalcore sound that I love. So if you don't like this type of music, you might want to click away. Maybe check it out. I don't know. It's awesome gym music because it's heavy, gets your blood pumping, it's fast, and it's angry. So if you lift angry, check this out. This song is pretty fast, and it's awesome for a gym playlist. The vocals are very fast in the breakdown. It's very Attila-esque, if you know who Attila is. I really like this song. It's actually already in my gym playlist because it was one of the singles on the album. Yeah, definitely check it out. I'd throw it on your gym playlist if you like harder rock music, and that's my favorite breakdown I've heard so far on this album. I've heard like 3 or 4 of the singles, so besides the singles, this is the first time I'm listening to this album. We'll see if there's a new favorite coming up. The Black is the title song, and I really like this one too. It's the second one that's in my gym playlist. The first 2 songs just happen to be the 2 in my gym playlist. The verses are like, they alternate screamy and yelly vocals, and then it goes into a slow bridge, and then the chorus hits, and it's a very slightly electronic, euphoric type of thing. It's kind of like a Bring Me the Horizon type chorus, so that's cool that they're incorporating those types of sounds. This is a good gym song up until the end, I guess. The end's pretty slow, and then it kind of tapers off into the end of the song. It's like a break. It's not really a breakdown, it's more just like a sing-songy part at the end that I guess crowds will sing along to live. And it very much so reminds me of A Single Moment of Sincerity from their first album, except it doesn't end in the hard breakdown right after the slow part, which I really like, by the way. It would have been nice if they did it again, but whatever. It's a good song. It's in my gym playlist. This is another song that I've heard before. This was actually the first song that they released with Dennis, the new vocalist. So I guess they're throwing all the old songs in the beginning of the album. The intro is very chanty, and it is actually the same thing in the chorus, and that's great for crowds to sing along to, so this sounds like one of those fun live songs to see. I love the singing in the verses. Dennis's voice is just really good for this genre of music. He was always a singer in my book, but then he became a mediocre screamer initially, and now he's really awesome at it. There was lots of progression with this guy, and his screams and vocals just sound 10 times better than they did even when he first started. He started on YouTube. He actually did Asking Alexandria vocal covers, on which Asking Alexandria had commented on, and I'm guessing after they lost their vocalist to classic rock and dad rock and whatever, they contacted him and said, join our band, and so he's living literally his dream, so that's really cool. The breakdown at the end is the perfect amount of screaminess without compromising the integrity of the song and making it a full-on screamo song, if that's what you guys want to call this type of music. But this is a great crowd banger, and because of the chanty chorus and simple chugging in the background, I find it sexy. It's a really fun chorus to sing along to. So this song has a spoken intro. It makes it sound like Ben, or whoever is speaking, wrote the album about being pissed off with Danny Worsnop for ditching and trying to change the band's sound. The song is a more positive take on the situation. The chorus says, sometimes it ends, sometimes you fall. I'm standing tall, stronger than I ever did before. And I love how Asking Alexandria did that because they seem to be more of an angry band all the time, and they finally took a positive look on things for once. And there's another slow bridge in this one, slow chorus, but the verses are fast and there's a heavy breakdown in this one. I would also like to point out I'm very impressed with Dennis's low screams because they have a very heavy sound to them in the breakdown. And there's another spoken outro where Ben talks about being happy and positive about the new record instead of being angry about the past. This is pretty much what I just said by analyzing the song, so the outro perfectly matches what the song's about. He said he decided to be happy and positive because Dennis called him a pussy, so that's actually kind of funny. The Lost Souls has a long intro, and it's kind of Halloween-y, if that makes any sense. There's an interesting sound to this track. It has a theatrical orchestra type of sound mixed with the metalcore, and the breakdown was pretty soft compared to the others, but it wasn't bad. It sounded like something that would be good to shout along to at a live show. This song really just shows that Asking Alexandria is trying new things, and they're not reusing the same old sounds they've done before, but they're still recapturing that metalcore sound, it seems like, that fans loved initially, and so yeah, I'm a fan. This next track is called Just a Slave to Rock and Roll, so this might actually be a stab at Danny Worsnop, so kind of excited to hear this one. So this song is kind of just like a metalcore and classic rock mix. It's kind of like a metalcore version of a song that Danny would have written off of From Death to Destiny, but better. It just shows that when they stick to their roots, the music sounds better. The chorus talks about moving on, which is understandable because Danny kind of just ditched them to start a band with a classic rock sound. And I feel like I'm talking about Danny a lot, but this is obviously a big issue with Asking Alexandria, and it's definitely a theme on the album. The call out for the breakdown was literally just Dennis screaming fuck, and as generic as that sounds, I kind of like those because, I don't know, they get you pumped during workouts and shit, so. The song is like something off of From Death to Destiny, but actually good. Send Me Home is kind of like a ballad. It's one of the soft songs on the album, I guess. I feel like every hardcore metalcore band feels like they have to have a soft ballad song on the album just because everyone does it. I don't know why. This song is okay. It's not a bad song, but it's not the best song in my book. I've enjoyed the rest of the album much better than this song, and honestly, there are better ballad songs out there on other albums. This one it fits the album. It's okay, but it could have gone without it, honestly. This one has another one of those isolated F-bombs. Not as cool as the last one. Kind of like Capture the Crowns type of stuff. This is the heaviest, slowest breakdown so far on the album. It's not my new favorite breakdown on the album. I think Let It Sleep still wins best breakdown so far, just because I like the slow breakdown with the fast vocals. This breakdown is definitely notable. The outro has this cool army snare drumming sound to it, if you know what I'm talking about. A lot of songs do that. So this song is another one of the slow ballad songs. There's more of that snare drumming in the end on this one, and full song starts out slow and then Dennis belts it out at the end. I think I like this one better solely for that reason. I like songs that build up to a more hard-hitting ending, and it's kind of like Your Guardian Angel by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus in the respect that it builds up to an end that's more hard-hitting than the beginning. That's probably not a valid comparison, but maybe someone understands me. So with Gone, kind of the slow, sad, depressing song on the album, another ballad. I guess this one really is the ballad. It's the slowest, softest song on the album. Not really a fan. It's not bad, but I wouldn't say it's good. It's kind of just like the whisper singing, like it's not anything crazy. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. On to the next one. They really picked the pace back up on this one. There's a fast chorus. There's a part where they're just doing one of those shouty spoken things where they drop the C-bomb, cunt, because they're talking about self-righteous sacrilegious fucking cunts. Typical Asking Alexandria, and their Britishness showing through there. I enjoy the breakdown, it's fun and fast, and this is another single on the album that I've heard before. It's a great song, and I love how it repeats the breakdown as the outro for the song. I'll start off by saying this song is another one of the more metalcore songs. I love the vocals in the second verse. They're very choppy and screamy, lots of F-bombs. Like I said, this is great angry gym music. I'm glad they ended the album with a strong, heavy song, and I just kind of hate when metalcore bands end their albums with their ballad song. And actually, Accept Secrets, the song Sleep Well Darling, because I love that song. But back to Asking Alexandria, the breakdown call was cheers, and they got creative with this one. They didn't say fuck this time, they spelt out fuck, which I actually find pretty comical. They spell out F-U-C-K-Y-O-U. They were probably serious when they wrote that. I think it's kind of funny. But the album ends with a really heavy breakdown, and wow, I actually really like how they ended the album strong with a breakdown, and it's probably the new heaviest breakdown on the album now that I hear this one, and just holy shit, I love this song. Back to normal. That's it for this album review. I'd give the album probably a 9 out of 10. I really like this album. I think it's their best one since Stand Up and Scream, and that's just because Stand Up and Scream is kind of a classic album for people who listen to this genre of music. This is probably more musically adept, a little more talent showing in this album. I really like it, and I'm glad that they're finally back to writing music this way. That's it for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be doing more gym music videos in the future. This will kind of be a little series. I think I'm going to call them Gym Jams, just because that sounds funny. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.